Hello, welcome to this video. Let's get a general and complete overview on the newest Autodesk Revit 2020 and see all the features you need to know to start using it. Visit our YouTube channel and our official website for extra content, tips, tutorials, and giveaway campaigns. Autodesk Revit is a building information model product used to model inside architectural and structural environment, realizing floor plans, buildings, and houses. It opens on the home page, where you can start from a new or existing project on the left, or pick a ready template on the right. Inside Revit, you can work with two main kinds of projects, the families and the models. The families are single object designs, which are often imported as ready templates among different Revit projects. The models represent a complete building design, also made by family templates. In addition, you can work on either an architectural, a structural, or a system project. The architectural project is based on buildings with walls, doors, and roof. The structural one is more focused on materials and building skeleton, whereas the system project is dedicated to tubes, conductors, and networks. You can go to Learn above to get extra help and information from the official Autodesk page. As for this beginner video, we are going to see all the basic features you need to know to realize a very simple building from scratch, starting from a new architectural model project. As you open a new project, the whole Revit workspace shows up, with the ribbon on top, with all the tools and features contained inside Revit. Useful panels on the left, and a big preview of your project in the center. You can return to the home page anytime by going to the Home button in the top left corner. To start drawing, you can use all the tools collected inside the Architecture, the Structure, and the Systems tab, divided accordingly to the kind of design you are looking for. As for this simple building, we will just see the main tools inside the Build section of the Architecture tab. Some of these show a down arrow, collecting other tools related to the main one. You can hover over each of these to get more information and tips. Any building is usually made from the bottom to the top, designing first a basic floor by using the Floor tool. When any tool gets enabled, several drawing tools appear under the green Modify tab in order to define the object shape. Inside the Draw section, enable Line, Arc, or Spline to draw each straight or curved side of the floor. In case of lines and spline, you go on dropping consecutive sides as long as you fix points on the workspace, unless you use the Escape key to stop drawing. You can also draw closed regular shapes with the rectangle, the polygon, and the circle tools, fixing the necessary points. You can use the Escape key to undo your drawing in progress. Revit has several drawing aids to support your design. Measurements are provided on sides, radius, and also angles in respect to the horizontal direction. You can also type from your keyboard to insert precise values on the current drawing step. If the units used are wrong, you can define these by going to Manage and then to Project Units. You also get snappings to the main object key points, such as endpoints, midpoints, centers, and also extensions and directions through dashed guidelines. You can set up all the snapping options by going to Manage and then to Snaps. As long as you use the drawing tools, you remain in edit mode, where all the objects dropped are temporarily pink sketches without any color or volume yet. You can use Cancel Edit Mode to undo these sketches, or Finish Edit Mode to apply these drawings and render these. Consider that the floors are made just in case the sketches form a closed shape. Make sure to save your project often using Ctrl and S. The first time you save, define the project name and where to save it. Models are saved as .rvt files, with all the options, the properties, and the objects created inside. After the floor, you can start dropping the walls with the Wall tool. Use the Drawing tool inside the Modify tab to follow the floor contours. The walls will merge automatically where they intersect on vertices. Also, use your mouse wheel to zoom in and be more precise. The walls are made with their base on the ground plane, spreading in height as it is defined in the top left corner. In this preview, you won't be able to see any height on the walls. By default, this preview uses a 2D view from top to bottom called Level 1, as you can see from the tab on top. To check your walls in a full 3D view, you can create one by going to the View tab and then to 3D View. Then you can change point of view on the right with the 3D View cube and its circumference, and use the full navigation wheel to move the pan, zoom, and 3D rotate with orbit. All the 2D and 3D views available are listed inside the project browser on the left, that you can open with a new tab by double-clicking on these. Besides the 3D view, you have three kinds of 2D views: the floor plans, the ceiling plans, and the elevations. The floor plans show your project from top to bottom on a fixed height level, such as Level 1, the ground plane, and Level 2, 10 feet or 4,000 millimeters from the ground. These are used to drop all planar structures easier and also to fix the wall's base, which always follows the floor plan chosen. The ceiling plans are similar to floor plans and used to place and show ceiling grids on the buildings. The elevations show your project from each of its sides: east, west, north, and south. These are used to check all the objects that spread in height, including the floor plan levels, represented through dashed lines, complete with name and height level from the ground. These elevations also appear on the floor plan views as small blocks. You can also create new floor plans and elevations. To create a floor plan view, open any elevation view and then go to Level under the Architecture tab. Then, fix 2 points to define the height level and use the Escape key to apply. Whereas to create a new elevation view, open any floor plan view and use Elevation under View. Place the elevations needed and use the Escape key. Then, adjust the view range and depth by clicking on the triangle and set the angle and point of view by selecting the elevation block. You can rename, manage, and delete these views by right-clicking on these from the Project Browser panel. Once walls are defined, you can start dropping windows and doors on these. On any elevation or 3D view, enable the Door tool to place a door with its base on any floor plan level or wall base. Use the Window tool to drop windows freely. Doors and windows are ready object templates called families that you can browse in size and kind from the Properties panel on the left. You can also import other family templates by going to Insert and then to Load Family, browsing inside your computer. To place these, enable the Component tool and select the family inserted from the Properties panel. When no tools are enabled, you are in Selection mode, where you can click on any floor, wall, or family to select these and start editing them with the Modify tab on top. Once the object is selected, this will be shown in blue color. You can cut, copy, and paste it by using Ctrl and X, Ctrl and C, and Ctrl and V, and delete it with the Delete key. You can also undo any action made by using Ctrl and Z. In case you select walls, you can adjust their height by using their vertical arrows directly. Inside the Modify section, you have several editing tools you can apply to the selected object in order to move, make copies, rotate, or mirror it. Remember to hover over these tools to get help and suggestions on how to use these. As long as you select these objects, you can always edit and work with these entirely. You can use the Edit button under Mode to enter inside the Edit mode and change the object shape itself by editing any of its subcomponents, such as edges and vertices. In case of floors and walls, the Edit mode allows to change the basic shape by either using the line, the arc, and the polygon tools used to draw or moving each single side or vertex on the object. In case of families, you can use Edit Family to edit and customize their templates separately. To undo or apply your modifications, use Cancel or Finish Edit mode. You can also select multiple objects or subcomponents in Edit mode to move and edit these in the same way. Just hold down the Control key and click on each element. To cancel any selection, just use the Escape key. Once the current floor is finished, you can apply the ceiling to it. Enable the Ceiling tool and click within the wall contours. The ceiling created is usually kept hidden and is visible only on dedicated 2D views called ceiling plans. At this point, you can continue with a second floor or finish with a roof. Both of these objects are dropped on a reference plane called Work Plane, which is by default the ground plane. You can show the reference plane by clicking on Show under Work Plane to see where it is located, and use Set to change the floor plan to use as reference. To design a roof, choose the highest floor plan as Work Plane and enable the Roof tool, using the drawing tools to define its base. When applied, the roof is created by adding slopes on each of its base sides. This is made automatically as long as you have Define Slope enabled for each of the sides that show a triangular icon. If you create the roof with no slopes at all, this will be completely flat, and you will be able to fully customize it with the Shape Editing section above. You can use Add Point and Add Split Line to add vertices and lines on the roof, and then use the Escape key and modify sub-elements to move and edit these to define the slopes. Use Reset Shape above to undo all and come back to a flat roof. To adjust the object preview, use the Visual Style buttons at the bottom. Whereas to get a more realistic preview, you can go to the Render button under the View tab. Thanks for watching this guide. Visit our YouTube channel for more and free video guides dedicated to Autodesk products.